Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode here on A Crazy Gun Nut Gaming. Now, as you can tell from the title of my channel, I'm a bit of a gun nut. So when I unlocked the 458 SOCOM attachment for the M4, needless to say I was pretty interested in it. Eventually I unlocked the burst fire as well, and I thought to myself, I wonder how capable a burst fire 458 SOCOM M4 would really be. So I know Modern Warfare isn't exactly the most realistic shooter in the world, but I decided to put them up against each other anyway. So in this video we're going to be exploring a similarly spec'd out M4 and how it compares to the FAMAS in close, mid, and long range engagements. So let's just jump right into it. So we're going to start it off with the FAMAS, and then we'll show the gameplay for the M4 spec'd similarly to the FAMAS with the 458 conversion. But first, let's do a little history of the FAMAS. The FAMAS is a 5.56mm lever-delayed blowback rifle, which means that the action of the gun is delayed by a lever inside of the gun that is operated by the gas system. And contrary to popular culture, it can be fired in fully automatic or 3-shot burst. The version that's featured in Modern Warfare is the F1 version, which is actually the older version. This is identified by the straight magazine compared to the curved Stanag or M4 style magazine, present in the G2 model. Both versions of the FAMAS include a bipod built into the handguard, which can be utilized by adding the bipod attachment to it in Modern Warfare. The FAMAS, denoted the FR556 in Modern Warfare, is a 3-shot burst rifle, and it's very capable at mid to close range, with its damage profile dropping off at longer ranges. The FAMAS performed pretty much exactly how I expected it to. Bar some lack of skill on my part, the FAMAS is an extremely capable rifle at close and mid ranges, provided that all 3 of your burst shots land. The gun is easy to keep on target, but the burst tends to push it away at range, which can sometimes lead to your 2- and 3-shot burst kills. All in all, I found the FAMAS very easy to use. Occasionally I would run into your 2- and your 3-shot burst kills at distance, but that was mainly due to either me missing a couple shots, or maybe the gun was just at distance and I hit the fall-off cap for the damage. That's definitely an issue that you can run into with any of the weapons. All in all, I got into 15 engagements in this game. Out of those 15 engagements, 4 of them were at close range, and 9 of them were at mid-range, with 2 of them being at long range. Of the close engagements, I won 4 of them. On the mid engagements, I won 8 of them and lost 1. And on the long engagements, I lost 1, and I ended up in a draw. I mean, a guy got into a standoff, basically, and we just kind of disengaged each other. So, needless to say, like I said, it performed exactly how I expected it to. It's a mid-range rifle, close-range rifle, 3-shot burst. You land all 3, you're going to kill somebody. So, now we're going to take a look at the M4. We're going to see if it works similarly, specs similarly to the gun, if it's easily a viable weapon. So like I mentioned previously, once you unlock the later levels inside the M4, you're going to discover the 458 SOCOM conversion. 458 SOCOM is a real round. It was actually created back in 2000 after a discussion between some Spec Ops guys who were literally looking for a bigger cartridge to take down insurgents that they believed to be drugged up. So basically guys that had been taking, whether it be an illicit drug of some sort, to make themselves not feel pain. Basically, Spec Ops and SOCOM wanted a round that was going to hit really hard to take these guys out. As crazy as it sounds, that's honestly the origin of this cartridge. For comparison, the 458 and 458 SOCOM is referring to the bullet size. 458 is close to 500, as the 500 Magnum or 50 cal. The SOCOM round measures 11.63 millimeters, whereas 50 cal measures 12.7 millimeters. The SOCOM round is a subsonic round, but hits with over 3,000 joules of force, almost twice as hard as a 5.56. So that means that you can fire the round through a suppressor, because it's subsonic, and it'll be very quiet, but it'll hit like a freight train. 458 was designed specifically for the AR-15 platform, and the rounds can actually be fed from a standard AR-15 magazine, obviously at a decreased magazine capacity. That's where you get the 10-round magazine inside of Modern Warfare. In Modern Warfare, it's just a conversion that bumps up the damage of the M4. It slows down the cyclic rate or the fire rate a little bit and cuts the mag down to 10 rounds. This leads to a massively powerful rifle, but with a very small magazine. Full disclosure, the team we were playing against in this gameplay was actually a very capable team, and I found it very difficult to win gunfights with the 458 M4. Whether that was the weapon's fault or my lack of skill is not totally certain, so as with any testing you watch on the internet, your results obviously could vary. In total, I got into 13 engagements with this gun. 10 of them were close range, 3 of them were mid-range. Of the close range engagements, 7 of them I won, and mid-range engagements I won all 3 of them. Most of the fights I got into, as long as I hit center mass, I usually had a pretty good chance of putting down the target. However, one thing I noticed in comparison of this gun to the FAMAS is that the one burst kill range is considerably shorter. That definitely could be rectified by maybe putting an extended barrel on the gun or possibly speccing it out for longer distances, but either way, you run into a severe damage drop-off, which is very understandable given the cartridge. The cartridge is actually based off of a pistol cartridge. The cartridge that it comes in is actually the same as a 50 Action Express, which is what the Desert Eagle fires. And so the ballistics of the SOCOM round is more similar to a 50 Action Express or a 4570 Government, which are both essentially pistol rounds. 4570 is usually in lever guns. It's actually what the Mark II carbine is chambered in inside Modern Warfare. So it is a repeater round. It is a bull-nosed round. It's not necessarily pointy. So it's definitely possible for that to have a fall off in long distance, given that it's also a subsonic round, which means it's not moving nearly as fast as 5.56. All in all, I feel that the M4 equipped with just 4.58 and burst vastly underperforms the FAMAS in distance. Sure, most of those issues could probably be fixed with a longer barrel or similar attachments, but you're still giving up anywhere from 1 to 2 attachment slots and limiting yourself to a 10-round magazine no matter which way you cut it. In conclusion, the 458 SOCOM conversion absolutely makes the M4 a powerhouse in close range, but without damage range assistant attachments, you lack the reach out and touch you damage, which is very accurate to how those cartridges would compare in real life. The 458 conversion is very cool and an awesome addition, but I don't expect it to shake up the meta of 5.56 being king on Modern Warfare's battlefields. And that about wraps up everything I have to say about that. So as always, I thank you all so much for tuning in with me. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a dislike. Please feel free to let me know what you think I should do to improve these videos. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure to comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thanks for watching. A Crazy Gun Nut out.